Hey, how you doing out there? It's Harry. Today we're going to be talking about real estate investing, specifically for people that have never pulled the trigger on their first deal. And the topic today is going to be overcoming fear. I'm definitely not an expert in just about anything, if anything. But I do know quite a bit about fear. At one time, fear was so debilitating to me, it was hard for me to get out of bed. I was fearful of people, places, things, and encountering life was so difficult that I'd rather just stay in a house. If that's your situation, we're not talking about that today, but if that is your situation, there's a solution for you out there. Today we're going to be talking about specifically the fear surrounding pulling the trigger and getting your first real estate deal. Those self-defeating thoughts, those stories that we tell ourselves. I'll talk about three different fears that I think almost everybody has before they get into the business or before they get their first deal. And who knows, maybe you'll get your first deal and you won't even like it. But if you're out there and you're talking about it and you're saying that you want to get into it and you're not because I don't know why, but you have these stories that you're telling yourself, let's touch upon them right now. So here's one story. I'm broke. I can't do it. Well, that's a story. That's not real. Now, if you said I have $43 in the bank and I don't have any food in my refrigerator, that's real. That's not a good place to be, but that's real. At least you have a starting point instead of telling yourself these stories. Because if you're like me, we can manifest these stories into something that's so far exaggerated that it pulls us down and it's hard to get back out of. So instead, let's start by getting real with where we're at. So saying I have $43 in the bank is truthful and factual. What's the other one? I don't know where to get started. Well, I don't think that that's true. Instead, maybe the real thing is I think I'll fail, so I don't want to get started. That might be a little bit more accurate. That might be the factual story instead of the one that you made up. So, and what's number three? Number three is my friends and family will laugh at me, or they'll say I'm stupid because I'm even thinking this way. I mean, after all, I only have $43 in the bank. I don't even know where to get started. I'm going to tell one of my friends that I'm going to get into real estate investing, and they're going to laugh at me. So let's touch upon those three. So the first one is, the good news is you don't need money to get started in real estate. I could tell you, I can attest to that you don't need money. Not like these books, how to buy a house with no money down, and they don't give you any solutions as to where to get started. Maybe they give you solutions, but they're so difficult to overcome that you get discouraged and you just walk away. You go back to your 9-to-5 job, you bury that thought in the back of your head, and then you start talking about it again and don't do anything about it. Sound familiar? So you don't need money to get started. I'm going to tell you how to get started without money. Number two is you don't know where to get started. That's what you were saying to yourself. Well, that's not true, because here you are listening to this video. You do want to get into it. You do know where to get started. Whether it's me, the internet, or a book, surround yourself or immerse yourself into real estate if that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. If you don't, then you don't. Number three is if you have friends or family in your life that are constantly criticizing or shooting you down when you talk about your dreams, then you should get some new family and friends. Or if you can't do that, at least don't talk to them about it. If you got critics in your life that aren't cheering, and they're not cheering you on for what you want to do in life, then don't talk to them about it. I think they mean well, because maybe they're stuck in a rut or something like that, or they want to save you from the pain of failing. I don't know what the motives are necessarily, but there's people out there that'll be cheerleaders for you.